Good morning, everyone. It's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess to do what's cracking reading. Firstly, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. If you are interested in personal readings, coaching, or doing classes with me, everything is in the box below. And if you can't find what you're looking for, you are welcome to email me or send me messages, which a lot of people do. Hierophant jumping out here. And if you're still perhaps looking for information, you can whip over to the Aussie Goddess Facebook page and like my page where everything's pinned to the top of the page, or else you can go to www.theaussiegoddess.com, which is where I have all the readings and whatever I offer listed. All right, we're going to use the Rider-Waite Tarot for your reading this morning. Give it a little bit more of a shuffle. Thanks for those who've come over here from TikTok. I'm having a great time over there. It's been a challenge. I like doing things, and it gives my imagination a little bit of a kickstart as well, and also challenges me to speak a lot in only a minute space, which is the ultimate challenge for me, to get everything I want to say into 1 minute. It's a lot of fun, but it's a lot of fun watching everybody else do it too. So very interesting times with TikTok. And I feel like at the moment there's a lot of different things sort of going down in the ether. So it sort of makes you wonder in this day and age how far we can go, which is pretty exciting. All right, I feel like we're ready. Okay, so there we are. We have the Death card coming through. The Death card is the card of Scorpio. I guess it's sort of likened to Scorpio because of that deep sort of inner searching, that inner energy, deep energy of wanting to go inside. The Death card talks about transformation from that. So actually going deep inside to seek out something within, something that's much deeper within. The Emperor card is behind this. So I feel like perhaps some of you are digging down to find your own personal power. You could be dealing with someone who's going through some sort of transformative phase at the moment. Sometimes these transformative phases come as what feel like depressive episodes. But I feel like someone's digging deep to find their power here. Let me just keep going. All right. Somebody's trying to understand how to create abundance for themselves. Sort of by going deep inside, trying to find out what it is that they want, where they want to go, where their abundance lies. Somebody's doing some very deep seeking here, because we have Temperance here as well. Yeah, okay. There may have been some sort of situation or some sort of separation, some sort of breakup, argument, tiff. Something's created a lot of anxiety here. I feel like whoever I'm speaking to here, you may have been left in a position where you felt out of control with something, or like you'd forgotten yourself, or you'd lost yourself in something. Maybe you've been involved with someone or in something where you felt that you've given a lot of yourself away, because there's like a soul searching here. Like a deep soul searching. It could be in regards to a person. It could be some sort of separation here with the financial stuff. So it might be that you're trying to bring yourself back into balance after some breakdown of something. And this may not be romance for you. It could have been a breakdown in a family unit. It could have been somebody leaving. It could be because there's like, oh, I love this because the Fool's sitting here at the end. So we know that we've got a brand new start here, but I feel like I'm talking to people who are in the middle of this at the moment. For some of you, this could have been something that took you to rock bottom here. It could be a separation, a divorce, something that you feel like you're really scrambling to get yourself together from. And it may have taken you into this transformation, this transformative stage where you're doing a lot of soul seeking, asking yourself what you want. Because I feel like with sort of this energy here, that I'm talking to people who may feel a little powerless at the moment or a little unable to navigate a direction. For some of you, it could have been a split from someone, possibly an Aries, a Sagittarius, or a Scorpio, because there appears to be some sort of walking away from a situation. For others of you, this could be to do with work or a work situation. Perhaps you've been in a situation where you felt you've put in a lot of effort for very little return. But what I feel most here is that somehow or another you've got lost in the process. So whether it's a relationship, job, or another situation, it's like you've lost sight of who you are. You've lost sight of your own direction. Now, I know that when you're empathic or highly empathic, this is really easy to do, because we get so invested in something and wanting to give to a situation that sometimes we forget what it is we want or where we're coming from. So we tend to sort of keep investing at the expense of losing ourselves. I feel like somebody here has lost themselves in something or is scrambling to try and remember who they are or what they want, because there's some deep introspection going on here. All right, let's see where we're going. Okay, so we have the Knight of Wands coming through first. So the Knight of Wands is a card that represents Leo, Sag, or Aries. This is often taking action on something. So I feel like for some of you here, whoever I'm speaking to here, if this is you I'm talking to, I feel like you're at the point now, especially with that Fool card, of wanting to take some action. I feel like I'm talking to some people who may have almost hit rock bottom here. It's like you've got to a point where you're realizing that you need to do something to get yourself back. There's a scrambling sort of energy here where you're trying to decide how to go about getting yourself back. Oh, I love that. I flick it to get the light back up. There it is. And then it dips. The colour dips. Sorry. Get a little excursion around my office. All right. So we have the Knight of Wands coming out here with the Eight of Pentacles. See, I feel like for some of you here, this is your job or your work. Maybe you've worked for a really long time in one place and you don't feel that you have the skills to transfer to another. Because sometimes we do that too. We think, how can we move on to another job? You know, if our skills are all invested where we are. What we don't realize is generally when we've been in one place the whole time, our skills are actually better than they ever were. But you see, we don't see it that way because we're a little run down in our self-esteem and our confidence. So we see it that we can't offer somebody something. So sometimes this knocks our confidence around a little bit. All right, so the Nine of Pentacles is coming out here. I love this energy. And the Ten of Wands. So whoever I'm speaking to here, there is this energy of you going, right, that's it. I've had enough now. I need to move forward. I need to put down this burden and I need to grab life with both hands. And I feel like that's what you're doing here. It's like you're finding that passion that you left here. This passion that you've perhaps invested into something so greatly that you feel depleted. Maybe even a little burned out. But I feel like you're putting this down now. Whatever this is that you've been putting work into here, you're deciding to put that into yourself now. So you're understanding how to flip the script here. Very different sort of energy for a reading this morning, but I guess people have got to hear if this is what the general collective is going through. This energy of running out of steam. This energy of getting tired of investing in something. feeling run down. But this is all coming back to you here. You're flipping it all back to yourself. So that's a good thing. Maybe you're starting to understand how not to use up all your energy on everybody else, but understand that you need to have it too. All right, Four of Cups. There's a lesson been learned here. You could be dealing with a water sign here. There's some sort of lesson learned from this. You are learning something big time. Because you're not going to do it anymore. I can see it by the Four of Cups. It's like, I can't do this anymore. I won't do this anymore. This is not, I've done it all these times already. I don't want to do it again. Maybe for some of you too, this has been over a longer period of time. Maybe this is a life lesson you've been learning. Because there's some conflict here around a person or a situation where you have felt obligated or obliged to keep investing. And you're realizing now that it's not done you any good to be that way. Maybe you're starting to realize that you overly invest in things. All right, so we have the Moon card coming through. Okay, oh wow, okay, that Hierophant was jumping out on me a lot at the beginning. So I knew it had significance. And we have the Two of Wands. You're definitely moving forward now. You're definitely moving forward in a very different way. There's a release here and a stability coming through. I feel like for some of you here, this release that you're going to feel, this release of emotion, release of tension, and perhaps with that releasing some idea or traditional belief that you've held fast onto. Okay, now I'm getting the energy through very, very strongly. I feel like here you've been doing something the same way all your life, and it's about you investing in others, putting into others constantly at your own, at risk of yourself, of your personality, of who you are. You've been overly investing to the point where when something comes to a close, you have to stop and go, who am I? What am I doing here? Where did I get to? Because you've put so much into someone else, you've forgotten the very essence of yourself. But I feel like there's almost this energy, but it's different. It's like you're saying, I'm not going to do this again. It's going to be different this time. If I have something, someone, or a situation that puts me in this energy of over-investing and at the cost of losing myself, then I'm going to change it. There is a release of energy, a release of emotion, a release of some sort of belief, tradition, idea of yourself, whatever this is here with the Hierophant. You're releasing that energy, you're allowing it to go, because you're starting to understand now that this is what you've been doing the whole time. You've been investing every part of yourself into things. So you may have been going into situations where you are giving 100% of yourself. And maybe you thought that that was the right thing to do. But what starts to happen is you start to lose what it is you want and where you want to go. And it starts to become consumed by everything around it. There is some sort of belief you have here that this is how you do things, that you invest everything you've got into things, and it's not. You invest everything into yourself. What comes from that, what comes out of that is what's beneficial. You can't keep investing of yourself. That's exhausting. You lose yourself. I'm hearing Eminem's song coming on here. So if you're an Eminem fan, you'll understand what I'm talking about. This is something to do with your understanding, your upbringing, your traditional beliefs, that you invest everything you have. Something is changing here though, because you're putting some sort of conflict down here. You're putting some sort of burden down. You're seeing it in action this time. because you're choosing to go in a different direction. So what you didn't see before, what wasn't open to you before, is now being shown to you here. You're seeing this. It's coming to the surface. You're starting to see this in action. And I can hear people saying, oh, now I understand what I was doing. This is an end of a cycle for some of you, because you're setting out on a new pathway here. And this time you're seeing things for what they are. You're not internalizing them. Internalizing this stuff is something you've probably done as a child. You've probably kept everything inside and serviced others. But you're not doing it this way this time, because you've seen a new way here. Let's have a look. So there's some sort of transformation. Of course there is. You're stepping into your personal power here. You're going to bring in your own abundance because you've achieved a balance. There is conflict and worry and stress that you are walking away from here in order to take a leap of faith. You're doing things differently this time. It's not the same as it used to be. Because before, you were investing every part of yourself at the risk of losing yourself within something. But this time you're not. This time you've seen yourself in action. You've seen yourself doing something in a very different way here. A very, very different way. All right, let's see what the wisdom of the hidden realms say. It's really funny. I tell you what I'm seeing. I'm seeing somebody pulling the plug before the sink is full. So that may resonate with some of you here. It's like you're pulling the plug on something before you get to that point this time. You're pulling the plug on something before you completely empty the sink. Ah, the sun dancers. What number is it? 32. This is joyful activity, celebration of life and abundance. As your ally, the sun dancers celebrate you now and remind you of the laws of success and praise. Anything you place your attention on will manifest an experience, so the laws are always perfect. Expect the best and praise it in advance. This unleashes the magic of mystical magnetic energy, drawing circumstances to you to create the reality you envision. Give thanks in advance for the grace and goodwill of the divine. Be willing to dance the victory dance as your greatest dreams are realized, and watch how easily things begin to fall into place. Stay positive and leave the timing up to the divine. All things are possible now. Dance the joy of being and celebrate your life and abundance today. Now, I just want to read the challenger as well, because I feel like this makes sense too. Beware of losing yourself in your dreams of the future when the sun dancers come to challenge you. Their message is sweet and simple. Stop what you're doing and have a go at some fun. Celebrate what is and don't worry about what will be or what could be. Be here and now just for today. You will find your answers, but only after you've made time to play. Tomorrow, after all, is another day, and the sun will rise again to shed its warmth and light on all that needs clarity. You can count on it. So I feel like you've had some sort of awakening here. Whoever I'm speaking to here, you've woken out of some sort of reverie, some sort of dream where your life was doing things a certain way. But you can't do that anymore, because this time you've seen it in action. This time you've seen what you've been doing up until now. It has not served you. So maybe you've over-invested in things, over-invested in people and situations, and lost yourself in the process. I'll leave you with that. Have a wonderful weekend.